2 into Dark Souls 3 to do anything. Yeah. So
Good evening, beautiful people. Welcome to the 8-Bit Opinions podcast where we talk about gaming news, and just general shenanigans. I am Fosman, joined here by the boys, aka B-Mel, Nosferatu Cam, and Zidane. How we doing, fellas?
I'm fantastic.
We're in there.
I didn't say the date there, by the way.
We're glad to be here, man.
It is January 7th, 2021.
It is Thursday, January 7th. Hey, guys, 2021. First podcast of the new year.
Whoop, whoop.
Ooh, America. Yeah. Let's go, dude.
8-Bit Opinions coming at you since 2020. We were there.
We were towards the end, too. Well,
yeah.
We started this in the middle of a pandemic.
Yeah.
We had no fear.
Yeah. We started doing this when like video calling people was cool.
I don't know. Honestly, I don't know why we don't just use Zoom instead of Discord.
You stop that.
I could give you a few reasons.
Get that shit out of here.
Dude, I don't think I can stomach Zoom anymore. I work at a school. Like, no thanks.
You're around that shit.
I hear enough about that. Yeah.
So what have you guys been up to? Well, I mean, like, it's just been so long because, like, we had, like, the holiday, you know? We didn't record anything. So, like, I want to know, like, gaming related, just kind of what... I know it's a generic question I ask a lot, but, like, it's literally been so long that I don't know. So, like, I want to know.
I've been playing a lot of Monster Hunter World. I bought it on the winter Steam sale for like $25 with the Iceborne expansion, and I've been playing the shit out of it, like literally every day. That's all I do, because I'm on break from school, so yeah, that's all I do. And I just like the grinding aspect of it. Usually that's not something I particularly care for, you know, in terms of like WoW, but like in this, it's fun because I get to beat the shit out of like giant dinosaurs and stuff. Like, what's not to like?
I've had a lot of fun watching you play it.
You're not just like farming flowers. You're actually doing something action oriented, huh?
Correct. I have to use my hands.
What were you gonna say, Stan?
I've been watching Zidane stream that in Discord. I've had a lot of fun watching. It's really fun. I like the I guess monster hunting part of the Monster Hunter game.
I didn't mention farming sim.
Oh yeah, I haven't mentioned farming.
You're back on that, you son of a bitch.
What is Farming Sim 19, baby? Got to get that cheddar. You know, it's all about getting the money.
You guys are the most Iowa people I've ever met.
You would think I like Farming Sim because I'm from Iowa. No, it's just like it's
right.
Actually, it's weird because it's very relaxing. It's one of those games you can kind of just, you don't really have to think a whole lot. You can just kind of zone out and, you know, do whatever needs to be done to make the money to get essentially better equipment to do it all over again and buy more equipment. But it's just a lot of fun. You can hate on it all you want, but I'll always come back to it like once a year.
I feel like I don't have the right to hate on it because I've never truly tried it. The only simulator I've ever tried was Trucking Simulator, and to be fair, I thought it's kind of the same boat as what you just said. I find it extremely relaxing. Dude, I would like put on Spotify and just like drive around, you know?
Yep.
Hell yeah.
I have that too.
It's the same aspect with... Oh, do you put Spotify on when you're farming as well?
Yes.
Yeah. Hell yeah. So I could probably see myself enjoying it as well. Just being a hater.
Dude, real farmers, that's all they do is just sit in their air-conditioned cabs all day long and listen to music.
So driven by GPS now, man. They don't have to do anything.
I don't know about that, boys, but what I do know, I've been playing a lot of Cyberpunk and God of War 2018 this break. Man, let me tell you, God of War, I have been itching to tell you more about this. I've just been having so much fun with it. I hope I didn't cut the line by jumping into talking about this. Was it my turn?
Sure.
No,
sure.
Absolutely, it was. In fact, can I ask you something, Stan? Where are you at in God of War? Because I watched it last night. I just want to know.
Not much farther than where you saw. So where you saw me, I was in Tears Vault. I guess if anybody hasn't played God of War and doesn't want story spoilers, I'm going to talk about the main storyline here. I'm in Tears Vault. I just finished the fight against like the golems of like ice and fire.
Yeah.
You have to use the blades on one and the axe on the other. That was a really fun and interesting fight. And after that, the story development with Kratos and his son Atreus has been really interesting. He's full-blown teen angsting me. Like whenever I tell him to fire an arrow, he fires it, and then he's like, whatever. Are you kidding me? Is that really in the game? Is that the dialogue?
He's giving you attitude.
He gives me a lot of attitude.
How old is he? Like 12?
I don't know.
Roundabouts.
Yeah. He's pretty young.
Little shithead.
So I've been playing that on my PS4, and I got this really fun little thing on Amazon. It's a USB HDMI capture card. So I've actually been, my PlayStation 4 is actually right here on my desk. So I'll play it and I'll use OBS so I can watch it on my computer screen and still be in Discord talking and goofing off. That has been an excellent game. I never expected to love that game as much as I did. I originally picked it up as like, oh yeah, that'll be fun to hop in and fight something, like hack and slash a monster every once in a while. But
so do you think, like, I don't think it won like game of the year or anything like that. Do you think it was definitely a contender, like high on that list, and probably should have won?
Oh yeah,
dude, it was without a doubt. It's a contender. Whether it won, in my opinion, probably yes. But
I don't remember what it was up against, but I know it didn't win.
It was Outer Worlds.
What's it? What?
I know.
Really?
Saying.
I wouldn't even put those two anywhere near each other. God of War is a way better game. It's a full-blown RPG. There's a really interesting skill tree. There's different weapons that you can upgrade. There's different gear with different stats. It's a really unique game. But on that topic of RPGs, the other game I've been playing a lot of is Cyberpunk. Apparently not as much as Fosman because I haven't finished it yet, but I'm making my way along. It's definitely it was an interesting release. I'll save that for when we talk about it more later in the episode, but that is
I wouldn't mind us kind of riffing on it right now, Stan. So whatever you have to say, I would say it.
Well, I mean, I guess the main storyline, it checks out. It's pretty good. I don't know if this is a spoiler, but one of them, well, it is a spoiler, so I'm not going to say it out loud. I'm not going to say exactly who this character is. But
Cam, you can't play it. Shut up.
Well,
I'm not going to say the name. I'm going to try to explain my frustration without giving it away.
Cameron always rips on spoilers, but like more so what I'm worried about is just anyone watching Stan, right?
Mm-hmm.
I just don't want.
We lost 6 subs when he talked about God of War spoilers, so
yeah, 6 out of our 7. So anyway, Stan, go ahead, but just try, don't do something bad.
I guess my biggest complaint is that some parts of the story do seem a little rushed. Specifically, there is one character that I liked very, very much in the early storyline, who for one reason or another is no longer around, and I feel, why was he even there?
Now I'm scared.
Yeah.
I mean, that's as vague as I can say.
The early storyline. I like a character that we've been with the whole time.
Yeah. I don't know, man. You have to play it. I keep telling Cam I will loan him my computer so he can play this game because it's been a lot of fun. What were you gonna say, Fuzz?
I'm sorry, I didn't mean to interrupt you, Austin. I was just trying to make a correction on what I said. So God of War was the end of 2018. So it did. Outer Worlds did win in 2019, which I still don't. Like I said, none of us really agree with. But it did not contend with Outer Worlds.
What did it contend with?
It contended with Red Dead Redemption 2.
Ooh,
Okay,
Monster Hunter World, Celeste, Assassin's Creed,
Odyssey.
See, it's just a joke. The whole thing's a joke now.
and Spider-Man. So there's like 5
Wait, which
games.
Spider-Man?
The one on the PlayStation 4.
That's a
PlayStation
good
4
game.
came out.
The
PlayStation
Miles
4 came
Morales
out
one that everyone
swinging.
likes so much?
No. It's
No,
older.
Okay,
Peter Parker.
gotcha.
There's some good games in there besides Assassin's Creed.
What a joke, dude. That's hilarious. Oh my god. Why would you even okay.
So, just one more note on Cyberpunk. One thing I have really enjoyed about the game is the way that it's scaling. So, as an open world game, it can feel a little lacking at times, especially the transit system. That's a total hack. Those fast travel points, I hate it. I can tell that they were just slapped in after they decided to cut.
There was supposed to be
transit.
there was supposed to be a train. There was supposed to be a train. There's even the train station, but it's literally just another fast travel. So it's another thing that they didn't like deliver on. Anyways, keep going.
But it's scaling really, really well. And the reason I say that is I've taken a liking to the snipers in the game because all of the snipers do an insane headshot multiplier. So the sniper that I have right now is like 900 to 700 damage per hit, and I get like a 4.5 headshot damage multiplier. And I'm pretty sure that's before critical hit bonus as well, and before stealth bonus. So like the numbers just add up. And I did this one quest where I remember doing it a while ago, going in and trying to fight this this person that I had to fight for this quest, and I just had no chance. And I think it was yesterday or the day before, I was just in that area, so I walked back into that building with my, I think the gun is called SP-32 Grad or something. Walked in there, crouched down, clicked their head a few times, mission over. It just, the scaling was actually insane because I didn't think like I never thought I would progress so far. The enemies from really not too long ago would just be easy. Like I feel like I'm actually in a whole different playing field. So in terms of, you know, scaling upwards, scaling up damage, scaling up difficulty, they did a pretty good job. Probably because they did that first before they decided to cut a whole bunch of shit.
And that's important in any progression type game. You know, whether it's an MMO, an RPG, or whatever. Because the point is that you want to feel like you're getting more powerful. If you don't feel like, if you feel like the game is kind of like the same, that kind of feels like shit. Because it feels like you're playing, but you're not ever progressing, right?
Yeah.
Like for me, like that's why when I play like I said, like an RPG or WoW, or like right now I'm playing Pillars of Eternity 2. And so like as I get more powerful, my team gets more powerful, it feels good. Like I can go back to that wolf that kicked my ass when I first started the game and just smack him.
I love that, especially going back to the person who just mopped the floor with you early in the game.
Yeah.
And just blasting them away. It's a good feeling.
On that note, there should be a new game plus. I am very surprised that there's not. I think that was added later in The Witcher, so it'll probably be the same for Cyberpunk. But
I would assume.
I just feel like that should have been in at the beginning.
I have yet to play a game that fully supports New Game Plus because, I mean, Dark Souls kind of did it first, right? I haven't played that yet.
For sure.
There's games out there before Dark Souls that did New Game Plus.
They did.
Yeah.
They really popularized it.
Yeah. I would be very excited for that, especially like if I could just go back and like maybe choose a different storyline or make a few different choices, focus on a few different stats or something. while not having to completely restart over. That's my biggest gripe with restarting a game like Cyberpunk, like an RPG. Because I don't want to start at level 1 and grind all the way back up to level 12 when it starts to be fun.
Exactly, and that's what New Game Plus features kind of, they alleviate that. They let you just bring it in,
Yeah.
So it definitely should have it. Like I said, I assume, because I'm pretty sure The Witcher 3 did not have it as well at the beginning, and then they implemented it later. So like I said, I'm assuming the same thing will happen. But I do, if you're done, Stan, I do just want to say like a few quick things about like my impression of the game.
I'm almost done.
Okay.
I just wanted to check. Cam, do we give you a chance to talk about what you're playing this week before we get too far down the Cyberpunk rabbit hole?
Nope.
So I was gonna finish it and then whatever. Okay.
Yeah. I just wanted to throw that out there. I felt like I kind of derailed the conversation. I didn't want to skip Cameron.
No. We're good, boys. We're good. We all get our time to shine. Anyway, so all I wanted to say, and it's just like real quick, is that so do you guys know what's his name? Peter something. He was the head of Lionhead Studios when that was a thing. He's the designer of he's most famous for the Fable franchise. He's
Okay.
English.
It's like Molyneux or something like that.
Yeah, exactly. I can never say his last name because it's too UK for my English, my American brain. Anyways, so when he was always like showing off Fable, right? He would say these outlandish things that were not true about the game. He'd basically lie about the game and say like, "Oh yeah, we're gonna have this dynamic." He made the game sound way more dynamic than they ever were, right?
No Man's Sky.
Exactly. But yeah, that's another good example. But the thing is, like, Fable 1 and 2 are still like really, really, really good games. People don't despise him for that because they did enjoy the games overall, or at least I did, and I think the general consensus is the same. But I think that's the same thing with Cyberpunk. I really do.
Mm-hmm.
Like that's what I draw parallels from those two things because I am so pissed at all the stuff they didn't deliver on the game. Like, there's no third-person cinematics like they baited us with during the testing stuff. There's none, like except in a few scenarios. But
dude, that's the one they showed. That's
That's what I'm saying.
That's it. You didn't gather from the demonstration that's the only third-person cinematic in the whole game. That's on you.
Probably got cut.
And then so there's no third-person cinematics; it's all first-person. And then the role-playing is like really, really. So they made it seem like it was like D&D, like pen and paper type role-playing with not only your character creation, like they cut back on that a whole bunch. Like your background, your story, all these things that you were supposed to be able to choose, and then the dynamics in the quest, you ended up not being able to choose and interact with most of that, right?
Yeah.
Those were the two biggest things for me that just really dropped me off. However, I don't think it's a bad game. I don't. Like, I actually had quite a bit of fun. It's just it's incredibly disappointing, just like Fable is. Okay, they're both like people are saying it's a bad game. I really don't think so. Is it broken for some people? Yes, and that makes it an awful game. Like that's not what I'm saying. I'm saying with the game. No, that's not what I'm saying. When I'm saying the game is playable, it's not that bad.
I was just laughing because I saw Cam raise his hand.
Yeah. I mean, I think that's fair. I think a lot of people, they're just shitting on it because, like, I don't know. It's like popular on the internet now, whatever.
I don't know.
That's just how the internet works.
Even the people it does work for, it barely works. Like, I can play the game, but I'm not super picky about my frames. I don't care if my game's kind of glitchy. It is definitely not the experience I would expect for a brand new $60 game.
I agree completely.
Hands down. I wouldn't say it runs very well on anything at all. I don't know what they were doing when they wrote it. They must have been just like imagining it as they wrote the code. They're like, I'm pretty sure it's going to look like this, boss. Sounds good. Ship it.
Ship it out.
Ship it.
But anyways, my point is, like, when you can run the game, and I ran the whole thing from start to finish pretty okay, then it's not a bad, like, open world, like, sandbox. I would almost compare it more to, like, Just Cause than, like, an RPG. I love Night City. I love the main story. Most of the characters are really, really good. There's some really fun side quests. There are also some really boring side quests. The gigs are super uninspired. They were kind of supposed to be like the Witcher contracts, but this version of the game, some of them are really fun. Some of them I got very creative and made them fun, like, going into a hotel or like doing drugs. Like, I have to like steal these drugs. I made it very fun. I made my own fun, basically.
It's always a fun time doing drugs.
Yeah.
Yeah.
That's what I was gonna say.
I was just stealing them, but yeah.
Mm-hmm.
So
yeah,
anyway,
they weren't yours. So you're just holding on to them.
Yeah.
Friends,
No.
right?
Officer, please. So anyways, that's basically all I wanted to say. I draw parallels from that and Fable because they both offered so much but gave so little, but were both still decent games at the end of the day.
Mm-hmm.
What's this guy doing over here? This guy.
He's over
From my
there.
perspective.
No, it's this guy.
He's
He's right here.
He's over
No,
there.
he's right here, boys.
No, he's
We're
right here.
all
Pointing
pointing
to
the
my
wrong.
wall.
I'm
We're all
pointing right at
pointing.
him.
We're all
No,
pointing the wrong direction.
That's what I'm saying. I'm pointing right at him.
He's right
Yeah.
down. He's right there.
That guy.
Yeah, he's right.
I'm the only one
Behind-
pointing the right direction.
Cameron
Oh,
has
okay.
teleported behind Zidane. It's nothing personal, Zidane.
Interesting. What are you playing, Cam?
Well, I've been trying to play Cyberpunk for weeks. Every time there's an update, Sam will say, "Oh, it's 1.06 or whatever," and I'll hop in and run
Yep.
into a fight, get about 2 kills in, and we're done. I don't know where I was at in Sekiro last time we did one of these, and was on the final boss, but I was too into Dark Souls 3 to do anything. Yeah. So I just kind of stopped, and now I've gone back maybe twice to try to kill him. I've knocked my head off a wall for like 2 hours, and I need to just sit down in a day and do it. I'm trying to think what else. I got MX Bikes, which is like a dirt bike simulator game. And it
it's
is
all about them dirt bikes.
hell yeah. And it is hard, very hard. I cannot do it. Still learning. Put a few hours into it, and I still can hardly ride the freaking motorcycle.
Look at that.
I know he's a big bull. He's not big. His tail's very large. Played a little bit of Siege lately because I wanted to shoot some stuff. Been playing everything.
Yeah.
Played some Rust for a while. I'd say the most I've played is probably WoW. Just getting gear on my rogue and making gold, running GDKPs.
You found a Black Lotus?
I found 2. I picked one. The other one I let slip through my fingers because of an alliance. I didn't think she was picking it yet, and she got it. I went into stealth. I shouldn't have. I should have just ran up to her and attacked her. Pissed.
That's gonna haunt you now.
Yep. I was
remember
160
that.
gold down the drain. I was pissed.
Cameron,
But-
were you going to mention Fallout at all?
Yeah, like I said, I played everything. I've been playing New Vegas because I wanted that first-person RPG gun shooting game.
Because I can't get it from Cyberpunk.
Yeah,
but then
but-
like New Vegas isn't running well either.
New Vegas runs like shit
It
for
does.
opposite reasons, and it pisses me off.
Does it run like shit for you too, Zidane?
I have choppy frame rates on it.
Yep.
Dude,
It
I'll
doesn't make any sense.
straight up crash sometimes. It'll just be
Me
like
too.
because
Me
I
too.
have it'll just be like, see ya. It doesn't say anything. It's just like, see you, dude. Get out of here.
Unfortunately,
Yeah, I really want to play it. Like, I can't even, it doesn't even give the option to lock it at like 60 frames or something. So I'll go from, which you should be getting, in the 200s of frames on something that old. I
Are
have
you
like,
sure?
you should. That game's old as hell. and I get probably 80 frames, and then it drops to like below, probably like right around 60. So it's very just awful. I hate it. And then the last game I've been playing is some Minecraft. Stan spun up the server again. So
Ugh.
Yeah.
It's
Been-
back.
If
It's
anybody's
bad.
interested, in real life, the server is right there and an actual server rack in my bedroom.
Plug the server, Stan.
don't.
Dude,
Not,
the
yet, not
server.
yet. Not yet.
Not
Do
giving
it.
that URL out yet.
Do it.
New Vegas was released October 19th, 2010.
So it's a 10-year-old game.
Decade
Does
of
that mean 3 was 9?
8 or 9, one of the two.
It was 9 because Obsidian is known for like having to make games quick.
October 28th, 2008.
Okay, so kind of like the end of 2008 then.
Yep.
The reason I say that is because, like I said, Obsidian, especially back then, they were known for like making games kind of like on the fly, especially like sequels. So they did the same thing with KOTOR 2, right? BioWare made KOTOR 1, and then Lucas, whatever that was,
Arts? Probably
Lucas
Arts.
Arts that used to make those old games. They made KOTOR 2 and they got like a really small deadline because it had to be out by Christmas. And I think it was kind of the same thing with Bethesda and New Vegas, but Obsidian's like a really good company, so they delivered really well on both ends. So I was just curious.
Was that all you're playing, Kim? Is all that stuff?
Oh yeah, all that stuff. That's it. That's all I've been playing.
All that stuff?
Did you guys ever play Bounty Hunter?
Star Wars Bounty Hunter?
Yes.
No, but I know what it is.
Oh man, that game is sick, dude. I used to play that on my GameCube. It was so fun because you're like I'm trying to remember. You're not a Mandalorian. You're a clone. Pretty sure. Kind of like, man, are you Fett?
I don't remember. I don't know.
Yeah, I can't remember. But I always loved like just cutting through the grates and just like you go in like cantinas and you just like murder people, do shady shit for people. And then I remember like a ship boss fight at like the top of this roof that was really good. It's also a really hard game. Shout out to LucasArts for making that game. I liked it a lot.
I haven't played much of the Star Wars games. I mean, I hear you guys talk about KOTOR, and I have to ask, was it KOTOR 1 was good and KOTOR 2 was disappointing? Is that what I remember?
What I heard,
Go ahead, Cameron.
I heard that just KOTOR 1's good. KOTOR 2 makes it even better.
Okay. I didn't quite remember. I haven't played it, so I just vaguely remember you guys talking about it.
The only disappointing thing about KOTOR 2 is that, like I just said, they had a deadline that Obsidian had to meet for LucasArts by Christmas. Otherwise, the game would have been somehow even better, right? So, like, BioWare made a really good number 1 stand, and then Obsidian just knocked it out of the park with the second one, with like lore and storytelling and characters, and even like extra mechanics and like gameplay. Chef's kiss.
Chef's kiss.
Chef's kiss.
Man, where's that gone? We don't have much of that these days. I miss it. I mean,
That's what I'm saying, buddy. That was
Crap.
supposed to be Cyberpunk.
releasing a game on deadline like the first time and it's more or less like finished.
Wow.
That doesn't happen. That hasn't happened for like 2 years.
Outward.
We are back real quick. Behave.
That's
Hey,
Chef's
right.
kiss.
I never played Outward.
Chef's kiss right there. I don't know what year that was. Was that 2019?
That was recent.
No, it was longer ago than that.
Are you sure?
Yeah. It definitely wasn't
Fact
2019.
checkers here.
And the only reason it was a chef's kiss is because it was like an old school game. Like they prided themselves on making it more of a more hardcore RPG because no one does that anymore. Everything's freaking handholdy and crap. That's really why I went back to New Vegas, is because there's not monster level scaling in like there is in Fallout 3 and 4. So you can walk too far and get murdered by something you can't kill yet, and come back later and feel that power gain because you can now murder that thing much better.
That is that was released on March 26th, 2019.
Dang it!
Really? It's a great one. That is probably one of my favorite games of recent years. I can't think of anything else. Right
Outward,
now.
really?
If you guys need to be
Yeah.
reminded, March 2019 is closer to 2 years away than it is to 1 year away now.
Yeah, that feels weird.
Yeah, it does.
Thanks for
2021, man.
We'll see what this one has to bring.
probably nothing
I mean-
good.
Hopefully some better games, some finished games.
That'd be cool.
Yeah.
Like
Some
Outward
new
was
patches for Cyberpunk.
This is our year, boys.
Outward was like not polished.
We're starting off really
indie.
good, and it's just
Yeah, but they were like an indie dev, you know?
That's what, yeah, they were indie.
Deep Silver, I think. Yeah, Deep Silver. You know, like I don't know what else they've made.
Nothing. That's what I mean. I just props to them. Made one of my favorite games in recent time in the last 2 years, 3 years. I can't think of something else right now off the top of my head that's just like, dang, that was an experience.
It really was. I highly
Like-
recommend it.
Any game? Seriously, I'm looking for
Can I talk about the
recommendations.
game I've been playing?
Is it old?
It's not old, but it is old school. The game I'm playing is, like I said a minute ago, it's Pillars of Eternity 2. I've played the first one. And one thing that interests me, this is why I don't take people's opinions on the internet seriously ever. So, like, people said that 2 was worse than 1. And so far, I've played like 5.5 hours. Start a new character. I think in every aspect it's better than 1. Because there's more of like there's like they create like these scenarios, right? Maybe you walk into something and then like a wall of text comes up and it's like there are traps, and then you have to pass like athletic skills or religion skills or sneak skills, right, in order to pass you or your party members. And it's just really, it's like old school like D&D, except it's just you at the computer, you know, with you and your character and your party.
Is that Pillars of Eternity 2 Deadfire?
Mhm.
I'm looking at the right game here.
Yep, that's the
I had to look it up because I really haven't heard a whole lot about it.
So what's the combat like?
It is isometric, party based, like CRPG, you know, like old school combat. So there's also, so you can do like the real time where you can hit space and pause, which is what
So,
I
like
prefer.
Divinity.
Yeah, but
Okay.
there's also like you can do real base where you pause, and that's what I do, or you can do complete turn based in this one, which, as you guys know, not a fan, but that might be something that you guys would prefer over the other one.
I did not know that Pillars of Eternity was also made by Obsidian Entertainment. That's
Mhm.
interesting.
Weird.
Same people that made Fallout, New Vegas.
The
Small
best
world.
Fallout.
That's really interesting to me.
Right, Fallout New Vegas, the best Fallout.
I'm just not even going to take the bait. I told somebody else. So I love being the minority in that, because I told someone else when I was away on holiday, my friend's brother who loves New Vegas. I was like, 3's better. He's like, how dare?
You're not
Like,
the
just-
minority. I agree with you.
I say I don't know what is like the what's considered the best.
No, I'm pretty sure people consider. Honestly, Zidane, I thought you like New Vegas better as well.
I am-
Comment down below. Tell us what's the best Fallout game, because it's New
I-
Vegas.
I am definitely more nostalgic for Fallout 3 than
Me too.
New Vegas. I mean, New Vegas is great, but nostalgia factor obviously probably like doubles. Like the
It's like a year apart.
like the rating of your game. So Fallout
He
3.
might have been busy at that time though. playing
1 year
Minecraft.
apart.
He might have been busy at the time.
Two.
Okay, I get that.
2 years.
Oh,
Um. Anyways, it like Pillars of Eternity 2, it has better like character customization than the first one. It has better like storytelling. It has more of those wall of text moments where you have like a scenario and you have to like make decisions for you and your party. And then the combat is, to be fair, probably pretty much the same. There's new moves and a lot more subclasses and stuff, which makes it a lot more interesting for like multiple playthroughs. Like my character is a monk because in role-playing fantasy games, I do like monk type characters. My Diablo 3 main was also monk.
is that what? Did you say that's like your go-to on any game?
Yeah, like in WoW, my main is a monk. In Diablo, it's a monk. In this
You ever
game,
played
it's a
D&D?
monk. In D&D, it's a monk as well. Yes.
What about you
I'll
guys? I'm
typically
curious
make a
now.
monk.
Like our go-to role-playing role in RPGs,
Like old, like classic beat 'em up, not beat 'em, you know what I mean? Fantasy RPGs.
fantasy. I mean, does like Elder Scrolls count?
Basically, that's like the ground. That's like the baseline of.
My standard is normally some kind of stealth, so like thief or assassin, basically. That's what I normally gravitate towards.
I either do that or like a mage. It's pretty up in the air with those. Bow sometimes, but typically with stealth again. But then
Mhm.
magic is always just so cool. I like glass cannons, and that's what mages do. Is that Dane?
Sorry. What? Sorry, I'm like juggling 5 things right now. I apologize. I don't know what we're talking about.
What's your favorite fantasy RPG like class? Like your go-to? Like if you're gonna start Skyrim or some game similar,
I want a bow
every time.
every time.
Yeah, you're like a
Ranger.
Ranger.
Ranger every time.
Why don't-
Doesn't matter
what
what
if-
it is. What game?
You're not using a bow in Monster Hunter World. You're using a crazy high jumping lance thing, and it's super cool.
It's either a bow or something like that. 90% it's a bow.
If
I like
you use
swords.
a bow in Monster Hunter World, you're a simp.
I mean, it's kind of like in my opinion, it's kind of like
You'd rather have a bow than a giant fucking like sword that you just hit a rhinoceros with. If you do that, you're a simp.
No,
I don't want to talk to you.
one-handed swords are the coolest melee weapon. Like one-handed swords, like a long sword wielded with 2 hands, so you're not like overbearing, but just speed. That's where it's cool.
You
If
talking
I'm
like
going to choose a
katana or
melee
like a sword?
A sword, like a long sword.
Okay.
dual wielding one-handed swords. If I have
One-handed
to.
swords or daggers? Because wielding daggers is cool as shit.
I'm thinking. So I mean, when I think dual wielding swords, I think of Skyrim Daedric swords, full Daedric armor set, basically end game invincibleness.
I'm thinking like leather armor. No, cloth armor with the ability to imbue my one-handed sword and cast magic.
Dude,
Y'all are-
fucking clothies. Get out of here.
Y'all are sleeping on sword
Leather.
and shield though.
That's what I've been doing in
Like,
Dark Souls 3 is sword and board, and it's
Sword
awesome.
Shield is fun. Just boom. Just I imagine just like pounding them together. Just the tank type character.
Parry.
Just parry, block, badass. Just like hell yeah. What else do I like?
I've just never been like a big tanky armor dude, but like Brandon always was. So whenever we would play stuff, I would always be like the mage or healer sort of thing, and then he would be the big tank. So
Yeah.
I'd always be the support, which I think support's just kind of fun, or in team games.
that's
and
something
then-
I've never ever done.
Healing in WoW is so much fun.
Healing in anything.
Yeah. I mean,
I
I
like it.
find it very boring. I would rather like
PvP healing. You got to keep the person alive while keeping yourself alive.
Yeah.
You're normally the target.
That's kind of why I like my monk in like WoW, because I can tank or I can DPS, and I find both of those I guess I just find it a lot more interactive. Like, to each their own. There's people who love healing. You're like really good at it. I would be an awful healer because I'd probably get bored and everyone would die.
Yeah, number one healer in like the 7th best guild before we got kicked out.
I was gonna say
You kicked
Are
yourself
you trying
out.
to get WoW cloud right now?
No. I got kicked out. You went with me. I was gonna say, really, the first time I played a support role in a game and ended up really loving it was Overwatch.
I was about
And it
to
was
say
really
that.
because I was not good DPS at the time. Probably still not, but like playing Zen for the first time, where it's super easy, like just pick whoever has the lowest health and left shift at them. And then I got used to that. So when I played World of Warcraft I played Classic for the first time. That was the first time I played WoW. I leveled my main as a enhancement shaman, but once I started raiding, I switched over to Resto Sham, and I was a raid healer for the rest of my WoW Classic career. I was never, like the best or anything, but I'd be like top 5 sometimes. I think healing can be a lot of fun.
So I kind of agree with you in what you said about Overwatch. The main reason I agree is because Zen fucking frags, dude. That's why I like Zen, because you can throw an orb on somebody and then you debuff them with Discord and then you just like double headshot them. See ya.
Mercy's fun though too.
Moria, or whatever her name is, man.
Moira.
That's where it's at, dude.
Mercy is the most boring character I've ever seen in a video
you hold a
game.
button, you run around, you fly around, and you just goof off for the whole game, and you do good while fucking off. I like it. We need to play
Okay, two
Overwatch this
things.
weekend.
Dear
Mercy
viewers,
main.
if you have not done this yet, go to Google and search for Moira's voice lines. You won't be disappointed. She
We get-
speaks like Gaelic a couple times.
Yeah,
And
like
just-
that
it's like
deep
the same-
Irish.
It's like the same 4 syllables over and over.
I want to hear a voice line. Someone replicate one. Pause.
And
you
they
go.
say, and they say, and they say, and they
Well,
say.
I know one of Moira's voice lines is
Oh, yeah,
Gaelic for, I believe, your strength is fading, and it's pronounced something like time dodalesh. I'm like, it's spelled, I want to say like TIAGDELA' or something crazy like that. And it's like the G is missing. I don't know where the
I need
L
this
went.
on screen at this time. Like that.
And they say, and they say, and they
Look it
say,
up,
and
Moira
they
voice
say.
I want to go listen.
What
to
even
it.
character is that? Is that like the drainy health hand lady?
Yes, the nasty.
That's Miss Left Click to Win.
Yeah, she's just as boring. So my
Is that not her? Is that not who we're talking-
actually, there's a no, that is who we're talking about, Cameron.
Okay.
There's a support that I fucking love, and that's Anna, because she is
Yeah.
that is a fun character to
Dude.
play. You are shooting people. You're actually her kit is probably one of the best in the whole game. But the
Dude.
reason it doesn't dominate all the time is because it takes a lot of skill to do well. A
Dude, Sleep
lot of skill. Dude,
So-
she's probably one of the most she's probably one of the highest skill cap characters in that video game for sure.
Mhm.
Oh, she was one of my favorites.
Whereas a monkey could play Mercy. An actual monkey could sit at a keyboard and play Mercy.
Okay, well, Mercy back when she could res the whole team was so cool.
It was. She's a cool character.
Yeah, why'd they get rid of that?
Because people were bitching.
Because you
about
could
it.
use it to res the whole team. I mean, I never did that, but it sounds broken. Jesus.
So imagine this, Sidane. Imagine this. You work as a team, you kill the entire team, right? You're about to take the point, and then some blonde bitch flies in and
Heroes never die.
and brings everyone back, and you're like exhausted because you just finished fighting, and now here we go again. And then you probably lose. That's
Man.
why in OG Overwatch the first thing you did was look for Mercy.
Kill
But
that
she was
bitch.
usually hiding in a corner.
Or flying around somewhere.
Dude, imagine that on like Volskaya. I always hated that map. Every time we played Volskaya, I'm like, all right, we lost the first point. Let's just go to the second before the game even started. Hated that map. I think I played like 3 games in my whole career where we held the first point on like Assault on Volskaya. And like, I can't even imagine if Mercy could just swoop in and res the whole team on the point like that. That's so busted.
I kind of want to play Overwatch now. It's been a while. It's been a long while.
And they say,
I want to be Genji
You
again.
literally have Mercy on your shirt, Foz.
I do have Mercy on my Hey, I never said she wasn't beautiful. I'm a huge fan of like No, I'm a huge fan of her character. I mean she's beautiful, but what I meant is like I'm a huge fan of like her character. I just think like gameplay wise, she's not like fun. I prefer I'm a Doomfist guy myself. I'm a big old bruiser Doomfist guy. I like to get in there and Mike Tyson them. Everyone's got a plan until they get punched in the face.
It's true.
You're a Doomfist like solo deathmatch kind of guy.
Hell
Ain't
yeah.
ya? I've watched you run a few rounds of solo deathmatch as Doomfist, and it's just wild. What's that? There's that one map. It's only a 1v1 map.
Petra?
Overwatch. I think it's French. It's kind of like a castle. There's like ups and downs.
Yeah. Yes.
It's like an island too, so you can fall off of it.
I know exactly what you're talking about, but I cannot think of the name.
Anybody who's played Overwatch arcade mode probably knows it. I can't remember the name of it, but from that description, I hope everyone knows what I'm talking about.
I was gonna say something else about it too. I think it was about Doomfist. Dang it.
Well, I mean, I'll come out and say I had fun playing as Mercy every once in a while. I mean, I feel like it can be a little challenging trying to follow your characters around every once in a while, because when I play as a healer, I'm always like hyper focused on the tanks for the charge, and I have a hard time like running in trying to follow the tanks sometimes, trying to stay alive doing that, or like switching back and forth trying to keep everybody alive. And then especially like the odd chance that you get to pull Mercy's pistol out, dink a little bit. I mean,
The Glock.
Yeah, her
That
little
thing's
pistol
strong,
is
man.
honestly really fucking fun. Like, it's got a really heavy projectile that moves kind of slowly, so you have like a little bit of drag. You have to I have to walk it back and forth, you know? Like, I have to kind of try to lead it side to side and strafe a little bit to try to catch him. It's a lot like Diva's sidearm too, which is also plenty of fun.
I agree. It is very similar to that, except it shoots a little slower, but I think it does a little more damage. Man, that game used to be so good until they added unkillable paladin women and rats.
Rats.
As soon as they added that stupid rat, I knew that game was dead.
But I have to clarify, by paladin women, you mean Brigitte, right?
She
I'm
reminds
trying
me
to think of
whole-
one of her voice lines.
Glom me so my.
That.
That's one.
Ooh, Funkar something Scott.
And they say.
That was one of my favorite lines of hers. I bought it.
That's all I know.
I honestly want my ringtone to be and they say. Might do that.
You know what year it is? Who has a ringtone that actually plays out loud when someone like texts you?
That's true. I never use it, but I'm gonna bring it back, Stan.
Always
I
on
have,
silent.
Flip phone and everything.
Always
Dude,
on
if I
silent?
hear,
I'm gonna be like, dude, flip phones were sick. He's just like, hello, and then goodbye. Flip it down. Hell yeah.
Am I always on silent, Zidane, or always on vibrate?
Silent.
silent is vibrate. Are you what?
I think silent, vibrate are different things.
No.
You can get rid of vibrate to where it's
Well,
nothing.
you can, yeah. If you
Yeah.
do like the button, but then you can turn it off. Obviously.
Well, I
Silent.
call like absolutely
What if
no
I
notification.
control-
I call that DND. I call that do not disturb mode.
Well, then I
And
am
if
on that
someone needs to
24/7.
get you,
Okay, but
So-
time out. What if your wife needs you for something?
you call
He's got his
twice.
phone on him.
Most phones are like, I know iPhones do this by default. If you're in do not disturb mode and you call, it'll ignore the call automatically. So it'll ring twice and then go to voicemail. And if you call back immediately, it'll actually ring through that time.
What he said.
Yeah. What he said.
Also, what he said. What are you talking
No,
about? He's right
him.
here. No, he's right here, dude.
Who are you talking
You're
to?
actually
you
pointing in the right
stu-
direction.
Are you
husband.
stupid?
Is he over there?
Yeah, that's what I'm saying. He's right here.
Yeah. He's right over there.
He's right, dude. Wake up. Wake up. I'm really like, I was literally like pointing like this. Like he's right here. Like
I'm
Zaidan's Zaidan's behind the. He's actually behind the divider right now.
Move the divider. I'll be on the other side.
Also, my divider and camera, because you haven't done this in a while, it's so like it's not as symmetrical as I would want it to be.
It looks fine.
Wow. We did we got back into it and we had so much to say. We haven't even gotten to our first topic yet. So are we good?
I'm good.
As good as we're gonna get, boss.
Yeah, send it.
You're good. You're good. Oh, that's what I wanted. Fuck. That's what I wanted to say earlier. Okay. So there is, when I was talking about punching, you guys have to play the new. I'm just gonna say this real quick. We have to, before I forget, you have to play the new Apex event with me because there's a boxing ring. You can't use abilities or anything
Just
or
punch each
weapons.
other.
You just beat the shit out of each other, and it's the most alpha thing I've ever seen, and I love it. You punch faster too. Anyways, I wanted to say that it's really fun. And then they all the characters have their own quips. So like you punch someone out and they have like something interesting or funny that they say. We did it. We got it.
Can we all get a silent applaud for Zidane and the
Random.
goods? I don't know if he wants to talk about what he's got in his hands there, but it's goods.
He got a 3070.
Goods.
I wish it was a 30.
He got it. He got a 3090.
Zidane got a brand new 3090 Ti Plus Black Edition.
Hell yeah. For
I've-
$200.
I've spent a better part of the day trying to get this card to me. So I told her to
What
bring
is
it
that,
down here.
3010?
No, it's a RX 5600 XT. Like it's last gen's. It's AMD's last gen, like 2060.
Gotcha.
How much was that, real quick?
300.
Okay.
And I'm not using it for gaming. I'm using it for other things.
Ooh, I wouldn't mention that.
Hey, anyways, I'm gonna get us started on our first topic. I think you guys are gonna like it a lot. So the first thing we're gonna talk about is spin-off games.
you say
Spin-off games. Yeah. And so what I mean by that is there's a game, right? There's a game, and then it's part of this genre, right? It kind of defines that genre, and then they make something way different or super, like that. Basically, a really great first example would be the Mario franchise.
Think-
right?
I can use the Mario franchise when we talk about this.
Yeah, exactly.
Okay. 'Cause
So
I
the
was-
Mario franchise as an examperson of like the platformer genre.
So what I mean by that
Mhm.
is it started off as a third person, like the definitive third person, the definitive like side scroller, right?
Mm-hmm.
And now there's literally a Mario game for just about anything. There's Mario rhythm games, there are Mario 3D platformer, brawl, party, like kart racing. So
Is there
that-
shooters?
I don't think there is a Mario.
Sunshine?
Oh, you know what? Yeah. What is that one Yoshi game? It's super old. It's
with
like an on the rail
Yoshi's Island. What?
No, not Yoshi's Island.
on the
On the
on rail
rails, yeah.
shooter. What?
I don't
Yeah.
think. I think you're crazy.
No, I'm not. I'm actually not. I promise.
I have no idea what you're talking about.
I just thought of it when you said shooter. I know it's weird. You're like shooting the eggs and shit.
That's
Does
Super
that
Mario
smell
World
weird?
2.
No.
Yeah, I smelled it. It's you.
I'm
It's
thinking
you.
of what's the one on the N64 wherever you're like
Yoshi's Story, bro.
storybook? Huh?
Yoshi's Story.
Dude, I love that game as a kid. Love the music. Oh, I need to go play that on an emulator like tonight now.
Just go play Super Mario World 2. Yoshi's Island. Better game.
But I want that nostalgia rip.
Yoshi Safari, boys.
What?
Yeah.
I don't even know what the hell that is.
I've
Yoshi
never heard of it.
Safari.
Is
What's
that-
it on?
It was on the Super NES.
Super Nintendo. I know what it is, but I've never. I mean, I know the game, but I've never played it. It's an
Sounds
on-rail
expensive.
shooter.
Yeah.
It sounds expensive.
There's a reason nobody has it. It's not expensive.
It's not.
No.
It's a turd.
Oh, I see.
Yo,
what you
she's
mean.
like lock and load. That's hilarious. Anyways, so that again is a perfect example of what we're gonna talk about, right? Spin-off games. So
Can I throw one thing about Yoshi Safari in really fast?
yeah.
I really I'm not familiar with the term like on the rail shooter. Or is that what you called it?
On rail shooter.
On rail shooter. I looked up a gameplay video of this, and Yoshi is literally cemented in the middle of the screen. Like, I didn't realize that was what that
Okay,
meant.
maybe that's not on rail. You ever played
I mean-
like an arcade shooter game, like where you hold a gun in your hand and you just
Time
peek?
Crisis, man.
Yeah.
No,
Yeah.
House
like
of the Dead?
arcade games where you have like the toy gun and your character just moves like it's along like a scripted path.
Like
Exactly.
it's on a
That's-
rail.
It's
Yeah.
kind of like
Like all the cars in Cyberpunk, right?
Yeah.
I think
Yeah.
that's kind of like Safari Boys. I don't know.
I don't know. I've never played it.
Maybe
I
you're
would
on a
s- I
rail
would-
going.
I mean, I'm watching gameplay footage and I'm scrubbing through this 57-minute video. And as I scroll through the thumbnails, Yoshi's head is not moving.
I mean, that's fine. Like,
This
I don't think
this
it
was
has
like
to be first person.
1994, man. What do you want?
I mean, I'm just, yeah. So I guess the character does move forward and back. Okay, yeah. I skipped forward and I kind of landed in a boss fight, and Yoshi was just standing still in the middle of the screen shooting, basically.
Interesting. Okay, so spin-off games.
I actually thought of an interesting one.
Go for it.
Nobody.
Shoot it.
So the most prominent example I can think of, because I was a huge Xbox and Halo gamer as a kid, was the spin-off games in the Halo series.
Halo Wars.
Halo Wars and Halo ODST. And both of those, honestly, looking back on it, I think added a lot to the Halo franchise. Halo ODST, in the terms of, I think it successfully explored the story of different characters in the Halo universe in a way that had never been done before. In a way that actually refreshed the franchise. Because let's be honest, by Halo 3, we're all like, where do we go from here? This is kind of the best Halo. But in terms of Halo Wars, I thought of that because when it first came out, I'm like, third person real-time strategy game, that's not a Halo game. Halo's about shooting. But as I've gotten older, got a little bit more interested in the Halo storyline.
Got a little more wise.
Yeah, went back and looked at it. I think the game, for what it was and for how different it was from the rest of the games in the genre, it added a lot of valuable stuff to the story and the franchise. Because Halo Reach takes place, or Halo Wars, if I remember correctly, I think the first one takes place before Halo Reach. So there's actually a lot of really interesting insight into what was going on before the events of like the mainline Halo games, which is what I'm all about when it comes to a spin-off game. Just like Halo ODST. So Halo ODST happens chronologically at the exact same time as Halo 2. So you know in Halo 3 or ODST, when you drop out of the drop ship in the drop pod and that ship makes a slip space jump, that's the same ship that jumps in Halo 2 that knocks down the orbital elevator.
Yeah.
All happening at the same time, all in the same city. And you don't even realize that at first. It's almost like an Easter egg. I loved that so much. Like the way that the franchise just kind of doubled back on itself and went back and expanded more on stuff. Those are good games.
Halo Wars had like amazing cinematics too. The first and second one, like they're actually, shout out to 343 for that. At least they can do that right. Their cinematics are like beautiful and very, very interactive. And yeah, I loved Halo Wars, Stan. I like a lot. In fact, it's probably one of my favorite spin-off games, both Halo Wars 1 and 2.
So I just wanted to. Did you say props to 343 for their cutscenes and all that, or did you mean like 343's current stuff?
Well, I meant that their current stuff, but correct me if I'm wrong. Did they not? Were they not? Not they didn't develop the game, but weren't they a part of the creative, like cinematic type stuff in Halo Wars? Maybe someone who knows could tell us. I don't know.
You know, I'm not.
I do not know enough
exactly for sure. When I heard you say that, I looked it up. The game was developed by Ensemble Studios. And I don't know. Let me just Control F343.
Sorry, maybe I'm thinking. Well,
Control
Halo
F.
Wars. What about Halo Wars 2?
Halo Wars 2 was published by 343's for sure.
Okay.
So it might have been half and half. But I mean, they didn't disappoint with Halo Wars 2.
No, I love the story. It's so good. I love the protagonist too.
The name of that ship, Spirit of Fire, something like that. That sticks with me. That was an interesting game.
Is it my turn?
Yeah.
Sure. You're done. I didn't
Yes.
want to cut
Zedane,
somebody off.
I will now allow you to speak.
Okay.
You may speak.
I got 3 games that immediately came to my mind when spin-offs was brought up. The first being Pokemon Snap from the Nintendo 64.
Taking all my shit.
Yeah, I want to talk about
Oh,
Pokemon Snap
man.
also.
So I just want to say real quick, Zedane, I've said on here before I don't like Pokemon. I've just never been a fan, right?
Pokemon Snap was the shit.
I love Snap. I think it's so much fun, dude. I think it's so. I want to get the new one. It looks sick.
There's a new Pokemon Snap
It's going to be
it's not out
remade.
yet. It's not
on
out yet.
the Switch, hopefully. I assume.
Yes, on Switch. On paper, you know, Pokemon Snap sounds like a really boring game. Just take pictures of Pokemon. It's an
cute.
on-rail like picture-taking game, but you have to have like good composition. You can't like they have to be in the center of the frame. All this stuff. You get
You're
like the
missing out here.
Pokeflute, and you have to like
Apples.
There's the Pester Ball where you can piss them off.
Yeah, you interact with the Pokemon still.
You can play your
maybe
flute. And you have
Yeah.
you have to unlock levels sometimes by getting more pictures of new Pokemon, or there's like secret paths, like you have to smack Doug Trio in the head with a ball to make him go do something, and he'll open up a path to a new world or something like that.
Yeah.
Or a new level, excuse me. Another one that came to mind is Command and Conquer Renegade.
Well, back to Pokemon Snap, really quick. There was another part in there. You'd knock a Charmeleon into fire, and it would come out as a Charizard, and that was like a really high-ranking picture you could take.
Yep, it was at the end of the fire level. He was walking around like a lava pit. And just
By a Magmar, and you can do the same thing to a Magmar.
go.
Maybe do a Magmar?
Magmar
You can
does
fuck
not
with the Magmar
evolve.
somehow. Yeah, you
Magmar-
can fuck with the Magmar somehow, though.
He doesn't evolve though.
I think he gets big and pissy or something once he falls in the fire. Either way, Pokemon Snap. That's I really.
Excellent game. Like
It's a weird one.
it's kind of I'm gonna
There's
say,
no other game like it.
I'm gonna say it's kind of a sleeper. I don't know, but like anybody that I talk to that has played it loves it. So
I'm too young to know how that was, felt at the time of release.
my next is Command and Conquer Renegade. Command and Conquer games are known for RTS. Well, they decided to do a complete 180 and do a first-person shooter Command and Conquer style.
How old is that game?
Late 90s, early 80s. It's dealing with
Jeez.
the I forget it's the Nord and the I don't know. Anyway, it's a game that I mean, it's not fantastic by any means. A game that they probably shouldn't have made, but they were trying a different avenue, because Command and Conquer's RTS. Greatest one is Generals, by the way, 0 Hour. And my last one, which is going to be way out in left field, is Typing of the Dead.
I said House of the Dead earlier.
That's what made me think of it. I was like, that is a game that's unlike
Yeah.
any other. And I think it's the only one like that ever made. It's for the Dreamcast. They gave you a keyboard, and it's an on-rail shooter. And in order
You
to
learn
kill
how to type.
in order to kill the zombies, you had to type the correct words. And if you didn't type the correct words, you die.
It's awesome.
It is
Was
awesome.
it based off of a different genre?
No,
No.
I mean, it's a spin-off.
Children's learning games.
I consider it a spin-off because it's using a keyboard versus a light gun.
Right. Okay. I got you. I was
It's
gonna
spun
say
off of a children's learning.
sounds like Bookworms Deluxe.
So boys, I'd never heard of that, so I looked it up. Check the Discord because I just dropped a picture of an arcade console machine with two old off-white beige mechanical keyboards on it.
Yes.
That game, it's
I-
like a learn to type simulator.
Arcade.
Round up,
arcade-
everybody.
I love it,
Watch my words per minute. Watch how fast my words per minute are.
dude. I'm gonna bang
Us
out so
office
many
nerds.
words.
Us office nerds would love to go do that.
No, absolutely not. I'm good. It's all you.
It's so silly. You're not an office nerd yet, Sidane.
You know the guy. You know the guy who has the highest score. His initials in it are ass.
Probably. I mean, that's what I would do.
You even suggest something so obscene.
How dare you?
And my last one, I don't know why it stuck in my head, but Little Big Planet came out with a kart racing game.
Was
Oh,
it
yeah.
good?
I don't know, but that's one that that was the first thing that came to my head when you said spinoff. I don't know why, because I've never played it. I don't know anything about it. No one has probably heard of it or played it. So I don't think it can
Yeah, no.
be that good. They should have stuck with their like storybook telling Little Big Planet.
Cutesy, yeah.
Little Big Planet is pretty fun though.
It's fucking
We used to-
phenomenal.
We used to play this basketball game. It was literally just basketball, and it was just you would jump off like platforms, and you'd like hold on and hang on to the ball, and you could like dunk it and try. You could kind of shoot it. It was so much fun. We put hours into that 4-player.
It won Game of the Year for a reason.
Yeah, there's a lot of different random stuff in there.
Very creative.
Extremely.
So I looked up a gameplay video. That is a Mario Kart ripoff.
I mean, that's the only thing you can really do, though. I mean, Mario Kart
guess-
made that genre. Like, what else are you gonna do?
I'm just saying, it looks like a super generic kart racer. Like, go around the track, collect things as you go.
Zidane, what's the name of that one kart racing game? Diddy Kong Racing, right?
That's the only
Mhm.
one that
Right?
did it differently.
Yeah, that's what I was gonna say.
What did they do?
They introduced
Oh.
hovercrafts and planes and a single player story.
Ooh, I have a like one quick throwout thing. When they introduced the glider into Mario Kart,
That's
That
where
was
it was at.
that was fun. I just thought it was fun and interesting. I'm like, that's a new
I-
mechanic. That's interesting.
Over break, we played Mario Kart and Mario Party, but with some of our friends, and it is stupid. The way it handholds you is so bad, and I did not like the glider stuff. It was on the Switch, but I know it was on the Wii U also. Right? What is it?
Really?
Mario Kart 8?
That's what I was gonna suggest.
Yeah, I did not enjoy it. I think Zidane told me you can shut off the like hand holdy when you get too close to edges, but I shut off the motion control steering. 'Cause that was awful. Don't know why that'd be the default. Ugh.
Mhm.
Eventually, it became fun just because we were all drinking and having fun. But I mean,
You can make anything fun that way.
yeah, exactly. So I need to buy it, figure out how to set those settings up for everybody right off the go, and then it'd be a good time.
Zidane.
I got one more and then I'll shut up. It came actually it did come with every launch Wii, and that was Link's crossbow training.
Oh yeah,
It was an on-rail shooter when Zelda is an open world explore RPG adventure hack and slash. And you got
I don't-
Link going pew 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 with a crossbow.
I don't think that came with the Wii.
I was gonna say I had a Wii and I have no idea what you're talking about. I thought
Because
every Wii
you had
came
to
with
buy
Wii
it
Sports.
separately.
Well,
Yeah, and you would get like a gun. You got a gun with that game.
I don't know. It came in that stupid like cardboard little thing that Wii Sports came in, so I just assumed.
I think it came with that thing, right? Like what you're talking about, the box, the cardboard box that I can't like. It probably came with that, right?
I don't know. I just assumed that it came with it. I guess
I don't think it comes with it because
every Wii that I've seen from like back when they were extremely popular, every Wii had that game.
I could be wrong. I just remember not having that when we first got our Wii. My brother came home with it, and it was really cool.
I don't know. Anyway, Link's Crossbow Training, on-rail shooter, spin-off. They shouldn't have made it.
They shouldn't have made it.
So
It was cool as
that
a
reminded
kid.
me.
That's the Wii.
There's motion controls, whatever. What were you going to say,
So-
Sven?
Well, I was gonna say because I said Wii Sports, I was one of those kids who actually got a Wii on Christmas one year when I was a lot younger. It wasn't new. It wasn't just when it first came out. I want to say that the Wii came out when I was in like 6th grade or something.
You're the youngest boy.
I am. But I remember probably when I was like in middle school or something, we got a Wii, and me and my little sister played on it all the time. And every Wii came with Wii Sports. And speaking of spinoffs, there were a couple like really, really fun first party games for the Wii. Wii Sports being, the staple of that. The second
Sports
being
Resort.
That's
was
where
gonna
it's at.
say-
That's where it's
I was
at.
going to say that third. In the middle is Wii Play. That's another first party game that was kind of in the, I would put it right in the Wii Sports genre. It's more like a generic Wii minigame. So there was like table tennis, some like cow
Ping
racing
pong.
game, ping pong, or just like Pong, where you had to motion control your, whatever the thing it
Your
is that
brick.
you move in Pong, your brick. And you could move it 3-dimensionally up to the line. That was a lot of fun. There was a little tank game where you had to plug in the nunchuck and you use your analog stick to drive the tank around. That's
kind of cool.
That was a fun little spinoff. I never had Wii Sports Resort, but I do remember when it came out and seeing things about it. I'm like, they have like fencing and clay shooting and like all kinds of crazy stuff in that game.
It was the
archery,
first one
baby.
Yeah.
the first one that came with the
Motion Plus.
Motion Plus, which is like built into the newer controllers. Because my little brother had it, and I'd play the crap out of sword fighting with him. Because there was like a sword fighting ring.
Mhm.
You just
Yeah.
run at the person and go like this.
But it was fun. We took it more seriously than that, Zidane.
But if you did that, you won, and then it's like it's literally like that's what pissed me off about it, because it was never as interactive as I wanted it to be. Because you could, like what Zidane just said, you could just cheese like a bunch of those different games and just do something stupid and
Or I don't know if you guys ever played any. So there's this one game mode, I think in Wii Fit, where you would like go for a run and you were supposed to sit there and like actually run in place in your living room. But I would sit on the couch and just like
I've ran
You
so
keep rolling
many.
around.
I've
Like,
burned
I'd
all the
You're just like
calories.
this.
I
You're
just
like
run
this.
all the way
Yeah, I'm
around.
killing it.
It was fun just to go around because, Nintendo being Nintendo, in the Wii Fit like environment, there were tons of interesting little Easter eggs. I remember this one scene, walking around little Me Plaza Village, going across this bridge, and there's like the original Mario 8-bit sprite, like graffitied on the side of the bridge, little things like that. Interesting era for gaming.
For sure. I thought one thing that was interesting was like, I think that is kind of how they kind of configured, like how Nintendo used like the controls for like later, like what they use now, like
Mhm.
Nintendo controls and all that. They're kind of like testing games like that. Just smart. Just thought of that. I don't know. I was gonna bring up Crash Nitro Kart because I really do like that game.
A lot of people do.
As far as kart racing games go, it was really so. I remember one of the main things that blew me away with it was like the map, because I had never played a. I guess at that point I had never played a kart racing game that looked so good. So like I remember like driving around, I was looking at like the waterfalls and shit, and, like the jungles. They had a bunch of different maps like on islands, and it did kind of have like a tropical theme a lot of the time, kind of like Diddy Kong. But yeah, I just remember like I really liked the maps. And that's part of the reason I liked it so much. Picking the characters and the maps. Liked a bunch of kart racing games, but that one stuck out to me just because of how it looked.
I've never heard of that game, but I have to say, of course, Crash Bandicoot has a racing game.
And yeah, I mean, like it's actually not that bad. You'd be surprised.
It got remade for the PS4, remastered.
Did it?
Yeah.
Ooh.
Might have to buy that.
It might have been the PS3. I don't remember.
So I got a quick fun like question for you guys then. So like as we know, Mario has like I said earlier, like every type of genre in like spin-offs these days, right? What would you guys say is one of your favorites?
Well, I haven't got to go yet, and I was just gonna pick all of them.
Go ahead, Cam. What you got? We'll let him go first, and then we'll answer that.
Well,
I just wanted to know your favorite, but yeah.
Super Smash Brothers. I consider that like a Mario spin-off almost. Like I know it's like its own game, but it's definitely like a Mario spin-off, especially N64 one, which is up there in my favorite, but the one on the Switch is super freaking good too. They're all good, honestly.
Yeah.
Even the one on the Wii U, like no one ever played it, but it was so much fun. And I always enjoyed using the Wii nunchuck and
yeah, I enjoyed that. Yeah.
Our gameplay was not bad at all. It was really good at dodging because all the dodging was on your left hand and all the hitting was on your right hand. Yeah, that's so high up there. We played that over break a little bit too. Mario Kart. Like I do have huge nostalgia goggles for like the early ones, but they are so good. Love the original Mario Kart.
For like Super Nintendo?
Nope, N64. Sorry,
that's not original, bitch.
I know the Super Nintendo one is not. I don't know. I don't like how it looks.
It looks like ass.
Yeah,
but
so just like I consider the first Star Fox, the N64 Star Fox, though there's the shitty looking one before it too.
Mode 7, baby.
Yeah, but Mario Kart, so good. Smash, so good. Here's one that's not as popular. It's 64 Mario Golf. Did you guys ever play that?
I played the shit out of Toadstool Tour for the GameCube.
I just love the setup. Like you had powerhouse characters, you had more accurate characters.
Yeah.
And then the bar that went from green to red when you hit, and then that game was
actually a lot of fun.
And a lot of like the voiceovers in video games, like in Halo, when it's like killing spree, like stuff like that. They had stuff in Mario Golf that was, saying that similar stuff. I don't remember what it was though. What was it? Like just nice shot. I remember that one.
Shot.
Yeah. Golfing games are weird. I only know of Mario golfing games. I know there's some out there that are like realistic ones, but why would you not play the Mario one? Mario Tennis, super fun.
And I think those are fun, Cameron, because they were pretty creative with both of them to where like you said, like the characters have like different, like Wario's just gonna bomb that shit.
Or like Bowser was just a powerhouse.
Exactly. It just made it a lot more interesting.
But what was the Mario Tennis games actually called? Was it just Mario Tennis?
It was Mario Tennis. It started with the 64, and then they just started adding words to it after that.
I loved Mario Tennis on 64.
Power comes to mind, like Power Smash or Power something.
There's even a Mario soccer game I never actually played, like Super Strikers.
Yep.
Never played it though.
Cool.
I didn't think I'd ever seen that.
That's on the GameCube, huh?
It is.
Oh my god, that game is sick, dude. Yeah,
See?
dude.
They had Sluggers, which was baseball.
Yep.
No, I didn't play that one.
Played some backyard baseball though. That was.
Mario characters appeared in NBA Street Volume 3. You could be Princess Peach, Luigi, and Mario.
Wow.
So I could be Peach and I could dunk on Kobe?
Yeah. Yeah. Serve it up, man.
Boom. See ya, Kobe.
But my favorite, it's really obscure, probably why it's my favorite, is Dance Dance Revolution Mario Mix.
Why?
Because it's just so stupid. In this, I'm like, why wouldn't you want to dance to Mario songs? You know, up, down, left, right.
Rhythm and dance games are really fun in my opinion.
Rock
so I agree
band,
completely.
boys.
Yeah, I agree.
Beat Saber, boys.
This was well before any of that. So
I feel like any game on the VR is just a spin-off game because there's never like a defined genre. Like Half-Life Alyx is the first real game on the VR
Mhm.
stuff.
it really is. I almost
I
agree.
mean, I feel like Beat Saber counts its own thing.
Yeah, for sure. But it's just, I mean, I guess rhythm games
a
are just
rhythm
rhythm games. Yeah. I need to play my shit some more.
Yeah, I haven't played mine at all for a long time.
Is
I
that,
played mine a little bit over break, but
so you just had the Mario games, Cam?
Banjo, Kazooie Nuts and Bolts. Because
My
that
man.
is not a Banjo Kazooie game. I need to go back and play it, but it was super fun. I mean, sort of. It's just very different.
You built shit, right?
Yeah.
I thought it was super fun, dude. I think people were just mad at Rare
I-
because it was different from what they wanted.
I thought it was hard.
Probably was.
It was kind of hard. Yeah. You had to get kind of creative. And you had to you definitely had to have certain it was basically the goal of the game was to get better shit for your car so you could do more stuff in the worlds. You know what I mean?
Right.
So
Propellers, spring jump.
yeah. As soon as you did that, then it got easier.
Magnets. It's just not very Banjo Kazooie like because that was a platformer. This is like a car platformer RPG builder. I don't even know.
That just sounds crazy.
It is crazy. I can't really think of any. I feel like Left 4 Dead would be a spin-off game of like the old Counter-Strike zombie modes. I remember watching.
I mean,
That was just a mod though, wasn't it? On Counter-Strike.
Yes,
So it's not a spin-off.
mods are just spin-offs like Dota 2 or Dota from Warcraft.
World of Warcraft is a spin-off.
Yeah. Wow. That's deep.
Boom.
Where's the soundboard Inception sound?
Boom. Yeah, I mean it is, and it's one of the most successful spin-offs.
Yeah.
For sure. I mean,
There's a
when
Daisy.
most people think of WoW and they're like, WoW is its thing. That's how WoW started. That's the OGs know.
Not the case.
So yeah, fair spin-off game, World of Warcraft.
So
Classic spin-off of the game spin-off.
yeah, we're getting deeper. Boom.
It's a spinception.
The top is just spinning on the table at the end.
No,
Did it drop? Did it drop?
Nobody
Who
knows.
it wobbled.
I like sat up in my chair and then it's over. I'm like, oh okay. My
That's-
balls are very blue.
Pretty much.
So I was gonna say like probably my favorite shoot of the Mario genre. Shoot. I was gonna go back to like my question because I just wanted to think about it for a sec. What do y'all think about Dr. Mario?
It's Tetris, isn't it?
It's
Yeah.
it's sort of like Tetris.
Never played
Does
it.
it match up the pill colors?
Yeah.
It's
It's
Tetris
not-
then.
But it's not shaped. It's color based.
It's a spin-off.
Didn't Tetris have a spinoff?
Probably. I mean,
Pac-Man had a spin-off of a 3D platformer.
yeah, that was weird.
I played that on the PlayStation 2, I think.
Pac-Man World, dude.
Yeah.
What the fuck?
I
Would
need to
you
get
get
me a copy of that.
Do you consider like the 3D Sonic game spin-offs of Sonic?
Yeah, I would.
Same with
Sonic
3D
Heroes, dude.
What about 3D Mario games?
So then that's what I was just about to say. I don't know.
No,
So-
because that's just like
Ad-
part of the
advancing.
evolution of
Yeah.
gaming.
I got that 3-pack for the Switch, and I've been playing the first one a little bit. It's easier than I remember.
64.
Zay-
Yeah.
So Zidane, like, so Super Mario Sunshine, you would not consider that a spinoff from Mario, right? Yeah. Yeah.
Because that's just Mario, you know, open world. That's what he does, and they innovate a little bit every single time, make it interesting.
Like, Odyssey is just the newest Mario.
You know,
Like, main.
Okay, I'm gonna give you my favorite. It's not even close. It's Paper Mario.
Oh, yeah, we didn't even talk about Paper
Bada
Mario.
bing, bada boom.
hell yeah.
Super Mario RPG? What the heck? There is a spin-off for everything.
Paper Mario was amazing and is amazing, and it's definitely, in my eyes, it's the best one. But a lot of people like Thousand Year Door better for the game.
I think
So I really like both of them. I would.
It's just the whole like you're on stage thing in Thousand Year Door, like the crowds there. That is just so cool.
Yeah, I don't know. I like them both a lot. I'd have to sit down and think about that one a little bit before I could give a definitive answer. But I was gonna ask you, Switch owners, because I'm poor. I want one of you guys to play the new one.
you guys are getting more. You're getting more Rona bucks soon, so
Odyssey.
Yeah, but I'm not gonna spend it on.
He's beat it. I thought.
No, not Odyssey. The new Paper Mario.
Oh,
I'd be Odyssey.
Origami King.
I don't know. I don't even think I ever heard anything about it, to be honest. Like, I knew it was a thing, but I don't heard
Yeah, it was
reviews.
I saw a lot of people complain about it.
Don't care about reviews. Don't do that.
I know, but I'm saying the general reception of it. I would like to play it.
Who cares? Do what like the game or don't. Be you. Be you. Be a beautiful snowflake, Cameron. Please.
I was gonna say I saw a lot of people said it was like repetitive in some way or another, but
Maybe.
other than that, I didn't know anything about it.
Boss needs to play Superstar Saga on the Game Boy Advance.
I completely agree.
I think you would love it. It's just like Paper Mario, but like
It's Mario and Luigi, like little.
Oh, really?
Yeah, it's cool. Probably expensive
same combat
now.
as Paper. Same combat as Paper Mario. Just emulate it.
Oh yeah, emulate it.
Say less.
Like anything with Mario on it just goes up in price.
Oh,
So
I'm taking over the family business here in like 6 months. There's Zidane.
Huh?
I'm gonna take over the family business in like 6 months.
Oh yeah.
Yeah.
I'm trying to clearly define, which I should have done a while ago, exactly what is a spin. So is like Resident Evil 7 a spin-off?
No.
No, I would consider
Resident Evil
that.
like Code Veronica would be a spinoff.
It's Resident Evil
Yeah.
Survivor is a spinoff
Oh.
No.
because that was one of the last that is the last Resident Evil for the PlayStation era, and it's an on-rail shooter.
I thought that's what Code Veronica was.
No.
Code Veronica is not an on-rail shooter. On the Wii?
If any, maybe. Oh, anything on the Wii Resident Evil is a freaking on-rail shooter because the fucking controls suck for actual games.
Resident Evil Raccoon City Stories? You know what that is?
No, I have it though. What is it?
It's like a third-person shooter, and you play as like the... I don't even remember. Like, maybe? But I think you still kind of have like abilities. They came out with like a new one, but they called it something else, but it's basically the same thing. Where they even try to make it like an esport. This was very, Foz used the word low key when that game came out, but like I've heard people talk about it. It was like a team-based shooter in Resident Evil, and it was like very cosmetic based when it first got launched, and it flopped hard, obviously. And it was like Raccoon City Stories, but all online.
Oh yeah, I know what you're talking about. You were the mastermind, and you can control where shit spawns and whatnot. Yeah, I remember.
No, that was this. That it's different than that.
Oh, it is.
What you're talking about is what was included with Resident Evil 3 remake.
Oh,
Player, I believe.
I don't even. I'm about to go Google and figure out what this game's called, but it was weird.
if
I still
anything,
You did not play as the main characters. You played as like the agent, like stars or
It
something.
looked like you played as like high school kids. Is what it looked like. Like
On
there's-
3 it did.
Yeah, in the resistance thing that Zidane was just talking about. Okay, Zidane. So is Metal Gear Survive? It's a shit game, but is that a spinoff?
oh, 100%. Yeah, because you're like,
I wouldn't consider that a spinoff.
See, that's what I'm saying. That kind of gives me the
is
same
there
vibe.
open world tactical espionage happening?
No.
Are you
You're-
sneaking? Are you killing people? Are you trying to save the president's daughter?
Okay, what I'm saying is
It's
just
a
because
spinoff.
they lost all that shit because they lost the guy Hideo Kojima.
Kojima, yes, Hideo.
Yeah, they lost him is why
They
I
didn't-
went to that.
They didn't
have
lose
a-
him. They canned his ass.
Well, just saying.
They
It's-
lost him. They
It's
lost
a spinoff. It was their last, like, we're going to try to get every ounce of money out of this franchise as possible. And they went and they flushed it down the fucking toilet.
The game I was talking about is called Umbrella Corps.
Oh, yeah, and actually has the umbrella logo on the case. Remember that.
Yes, that is the weird game I'm talking about. That the genre is tactical shooter.
Yeah, okay.
Um,
Yeah, okay.
But I'm pretty sure they developed it to try to be like a esport somehow, and it just obviously shit the bed.
I'll be right back, guys.
Metal Gear Survive spinoff. I don't care. There was some amount of base building in 5 Phantom Pain, but none to the extent to where you had to like grow food and like build up your base and make sure no zombies got in and fucking spinoff.
Fucking
Disgusting.
Disgusting. There's a reason it's like $5.
dude, I wouldn't even pay $5.
I want you to give it to me. That's how bad it is.
I would need them to pay me money to waste my time, my precious time, to play that video game.
I'm pretty sure you don't even play as Snake. Just some random.
Yeah, you don't.
See? Yeah.
You didn't really play as Big Boss in that
Get
one.
that shit out of here.
Some pleb, dude.
Well, if you're not some version of Snake, old or new, or Big Boss, it's not a Metal Gear Solid. All right.
Raiden, Metal Gear. Right, what is that one?
A Vengeance?
The one with the sword fight. Is that a spinoff?
I think it's Vengeance.
You know what I'm talking about? You fight with your cyber robot boy.
Yeah, I know who you're talking about. Yeah, I would consider it. But I don't
Metal
know.
Gear Rising, I think.
Rising, yes. I've never played it, so I know it goes way off in left field. It's really weird.
You fight like big bosses and not big boss. We fight like large enemies and you just slice them up with swords. And if they're small enemies, you can like dice them into pieces and angle how your sword's gonna hit next and how you're gonna chop them. It's cool stuff. But definitely a spinoff of Metal Gear Solid. It is nothing. It's a hack and slash.
Yeah, I was gonna say if there's no tactical espionage action, it's a spinoff.
So you think there's ever gonna be another real Metal Gear game again?
Never, ever, ever, ever.
Ever.
Unless Konami was like, here you go, Kojima, here's your baby back. We're gonna give it to you. Pay us $1 trillion. And now you have the rights to make Metal Gear Solid games.
What, don't they still have the rights to make them? So can't they just make their own?
It will. Come on, without Kojima, it'll be shit.
I bet someone will buy it.
Yeah.
Someone will
They
buy it.
They shouldn't, but they will. That's yeah.
Yep, that's exactly right.
There's like
You just gotta take the Cyberpunk 2077 strat. Just tell them it's gonna be good. They'll buy it.
Yeah, just literally lie.
I'm sure there's more IPs that they have, but there's two that really come out in my head. It's the Metal Gear franchise and Castlevania. And you haven't seen anything Castlevania in like a generation. Like
Just anime.
yeah, like the last thing you saw was Legacy of Darkness or something for the PS2.
Mhm.
So I guess that's 2 generations now.
So would any games based on movies be spin-off games?
No, there's
Not if they're the same as the. So is it like the first game in the front? I'm literally trying to think about all this right now. Uh, would it be like the first one, Cameron? Like what game did you have in mind?
Like Star Wars? Well, honestly, I was thinking of like Berserk
Dude,
games.
that's a great. Yeah. Go ahead. I'm sorry.
I mean, there's just some Berserk games out there. They're not good, but I just wonder if you consider those like a spin-off game. Because that's pretty obscure or relatively obscure.
Well, so you're introducing a really interesting question, right, Cameron? Because KOTOR is like 3,000 years before the events of like the movies in Star Wars, right? So you would definitely consider it a spin-off of Star Wars. So
I mean, it was a movie first, I guess. So yeah, that's a spinoff.
We
Yeah, I
need
was just
to
trying to
set
think
more
of-
ground rules on these.
No, rules aren't fun.
Yeah.
So I went quiet there for a minute, partially because a lot of these games I don't really have a reference for, but also because we mentioned Sonic Heroes and Pac-Man World 2.
God.
So I went to Amazon and I just added like $100 worth of shit for the PlayStation 2 to my cart because I found my PS2 at my parents' house a little while ago.
Boy.
Yeah. So I found
I
my
love you,
PS2,
baby.
but I have no controllers. I have no games. I have none of the cables. I have nothing. I have my original memory card though, of all things.
Don't you
still have-
worry.
I would not buy it on Amazon for sure, though. I would just
Go to
be-
eBay.
eBay and be a little bit patient, and I guarantee you'll find a PlayStation 2 on Craigslist.
He has a
I have a
PlayStation 2.
I mean,
Have it.
accessories. I mean,
No.
it's so cheap you would just buy the PlayStation 2 with all the shit.
I don't know. I could buy it on Amazon
Yes, I did.
right now. Right now. And
I
be done
can
with it.
I can
Well,
get
we'll
it
talk
all
about it
to you for
afterwards.
free. You can talk to me later.
Okay.
Bad move right there, Stan.
Bad move. Okay.
Amazon
I mean, the
still
games
unmarked.
are like $4.
That's fine. That's fine.
It's
As long
just,
as
like
you're-
I'm really just paying for the cables and the controllers.
But I can get you all of it. Just buy the games. Moving on.
Moving on.
Moving
Turn
on.
around.
Did Castlevania have, because you just brought that up with Metal Gear, didn't that also have a spin-off?
I don't know. They've always kind of been open world, not really open world. It was either side scrolling in the early generations or like third person action adventure hack and slash. That's all I've ever known for Castlevania.
I mean, I almost feel like I'm kind of switching gears again, like Kingdom Hearts would be a spin-off as well. Right, Cameron?
It would
A
because
Final Fantasy.
Yeah.
of
'cause-
Final Fantasy and Disney, you know,
Exactly.
Yeah.
having a baby.
That's a weird one in itself. Those games are so weird. I've never played it, but Kingdom Hearts 3 does not have any Final Fantasy characters in it.
What?
I'm 90% sure that's the truth. It
Interesting.
makes me sick.
Isn't that Square Enix though? Right?
Haven't played it. I don't really know, but that upsets me because I always thought they were the coolest, and Sephiroth fights were the coolest.
Speaking of Final Fantasy VII, Final Fantasy VII, Dirge of Cerberus. You play as Vincent.
Oh yeah, that game is so cool.
You're just blowing shit up.
And you get to pick out your pistol shoots and all the attachments.
Pew 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 pew. Yeah, it's pretty cool. It's a really cool game. They did it well. I don't think it got really popular, but because
And
it's
you
a
look badass. Third-person shooter.
yeah, it's cool.
Yo, speaking of third-person shooters and speaking of spin-offs, freaking another game I loved was Gears of War Judgment. The reason was, so everyone like forgot about the game in like a week, But I played the multiplayer for a little bit, me and like the 7 other people who still played it after a week. And there was there was this gun called the breach rifle, dude, and it was a one-shot headshot. Like you shot and then you bolted it, and it was only in that game, but it was so much fun to use, especially in a Gears of War like third-person wall bouncing setting. Fuck, man, that makes me want to. I also remember I bought like 10 pounds of jerky because there was like a code for a certain character you could get.
Wow, you spent
And,
like $500 on jerky.
No, I over exaggerated quite a bit there, but I bought like a lot so I could get Jungle Tai, which is like one of my favorite characters from Gears of War. So I could get like this badass skin of him. Is like his Islander skin. He looked fucking awesome. Anyways, I just thought of that. Maybe we can both explore this topic. Are we good?
I think we're good.
I'm good.
Ready for a new topic.
Yes.
A new topic, new and improved. Vehicles, go.
Vehicles?
Warthog.
Hell
Aww.
Boom.
Hell yeah. Hell yeah,
The
brother.
ghost.
Banshee, dude.
Hell yeah.
Banshee. The B button. Give me a big old Banshee bomb. Splatter spree.
No, dude, the ghost was the OG
Mhm.
like splatterer. Oh, don't
For
do that to me.
splattering, yes.
Yeah.
For splattering specifically, yes. But splattering in a Banshee or just getting Banshee bombs, I'd mainly use Banshee bombs, and those were
Dude, if someone,
so
if someone
much
tried to
damage.
splatter me, I would with a banshee. I would fucking.
The droid,
Take that
the
shit
droid
so fast.
tank in any of the Battlefronts. The iconic like episode 1 tank. No.
The Banshee bombs.
Man, there's a level in Call of Duty World at War that tilted the fuck out of me because it's the one where you play as the Russians and you're in the tank, and it's so hard on veteran, dude. You get shot like once and you're just done. I remember I spent a whole day on that mission.
Is that really all the vehicles we got?
Oh no.
Said Warthog already. I'm honestly kind of having a hard time coming up with anything. This might be a bit of a stretch, but does anybody remember the jetpack from Grand Theft Auto San Andreas?
Well, that's not a
Kind of the vehicle.
I mean, that's awesome.
That was like a staple of that game for me.
Oh, what is like? It's in Grand Theft Auto 3 and it's in all the other. Is it called a Banshee in that game as well?
Yep, I was about ready to bring that up. It's a Banshee.
Yeah, those cars were always my favorite.
It's because they were the
They were-
fastest. You just
They were awesome.
fucking
Especially
fly.
in 3. In 3, there was that one you could bust out the windows in that dealership.
That's exactly the one I was thinking of.
Yeah.
On the first island.
Yep, and that thing was wild.
I'd always,
yeah,
I'd
you
always
would-
take it to go off ramps and shit.
You'd spawn right, and you bust through the glass, and then you just take one.
Yep.
The only
Yeah.
one.
It was the only one.
Was it up top? Because there's 2 layers. I don't remember where
Yep,
it was at.
it was up top.
Yeah.
Fucking Banshee. That thing was
Ooh.
awesome.
One of my highest like kill streaks, not kill streaks, but like sprees in a game. I got like 50 kills without dying in the original Battlefront because you could get into an A-wing and you could slow it down so much and just pass through like 30, so it was like 32 on 32 because it was like a Battlefield game.
Mhm.
And it was so easy to slow down and pass through, and it would be like one shot people on the ground and you could just smoke them. So you just get in one of those, you would know the spawn location of like the other team's 2 aerial vehicles because there's only 2 aerial vehicles on each side. So you waited for them to spawn in, you killed them, you'd wait like the 3 minutes or something until they get spawned back, and between those 3 minutes of waiting, you just slowly swoop down and kill as many people on the ground as you could. Stupid OP. But-
Cheeser.
Oh, big cheese. Big
Big old-
cheese, but it was so much fun. I got max level in Battlefield 1 on the PlayStation 4. That game was fun.
Speaking of, I brought up a tank earlier, and I think Foz did. The tank that you could unlock with cheat codes in GTA 3 that you could eventually make fly if you
But you shot it too much.
if you turn it around backwards and you just continued firing, you'd eventually start flying.
Yeah, that thing was wild.
you can do that with the motorcycles in GTA 5 as well. You hit a jump and then you like
You lean all the way back.
yeah,
upside down.
and then you lean all the way. Do you lean all the way back upside down? And then
Yeah,
you
all the
like
way back
move
upside
back and
down.
and then you
Mhm.
move back and forth kind of like this, right?
And you
And
just
it
fly.
just keeps propelling you up. Like someone went all the way up to like the plane in the skybox doing that.
Interesting.
I mean, it's like a
Another
tactic
one-
in the online racing.
Another one I thought of that's a little different, but it is a vehicle. So in the Elder Scrolls series and even the MMO, in the Morrowind part of the MMO, there are those Silt Striders, which are like
Mhm.
those giant bugs that
Yeah.
the Dark Elves ride. I fucking love those things, dude. They're awesome. Just these tall like giraffe. Like they're tall like giraffes, but they're just these giant bugs, these nasty bugs that the Dark Elves ride. Those Dark Elves are crazy.
Shadowmere, he's a vehicle and he looks cool as heck.
He's a badass. He's an invincible vehicle, dude. He cannot be stopped. The
Right.
Normandy from Mass Effect. That's like the most iconic ship to me in all sci-fi, like ever.
I 100% agree. For sure.
A-Wing,
That would be the Pillar of Autumn for me.
The Pillar of Autumn is pretty
Banshee?
sick. We talked about Banshee.
I know, but recognizable
Pillar of
ships.
Autumn. My favorite game vehicle is the HRD Inquisitor. I built it in Space Engineers.
Stan's making his own vehicles.
Just make them.
Just make 'em.
So I know I'm gonna bring up a video game. I know we just want vehicles, but they need to bring back Burnout, and it needs to be exactly like Revenge.
It needs to be super visceral because think about what they could do
Arcades.
now. Think about what they could do now with it. Like the explosions and like the impacts and everything would be so sick. Zidane?
Yeah,
Amazing.
you know, it always goes into slow motion. You're like, yeah, just fuck that guy up.
Control it, dude. The boost meter though on the Burnout games was insane. It could end up going like all the way across the bottom of your screen.
Yeah, you just drive into oncoming traffic and it never goes away.
Oh, it's so much. Yeah, you just, whew. And then you just tried to wreck. Like that was a fun single player racing game.
Anyway, back to vehicles. Make another. I don't even know who owns that IP, but they need to make
Yeah.
another one now.
They don't make any racing games anymore.
I mean, you got Gran Turismo, and what's
They
the
still
other
make
one?
Gran Turismo.
Forza?
Forza.
Project Cars is now in the competing with everybody. They've made 3 of those now. I'm gonna buy the third one probably. Project Cars 2 is a lot of fun, especially if you have a racing wheel.
Also Dirt Rally?
Dirt.
The Dirt games?
Yeah, but those are rally games. Those are weird. Like,
Those are very niche.
Hmm.
but I'm gonna now that Foz is here, I'm gonna open up a
Boys.
new can of worms.
Oh,
Um,
okay.
World of Warcraft mounts.
Dude, yes. That's what I was gonna say.
Those
Oh,
are
God.
vehicle.
I totally count it.
Oh
Bro,
gosh.
you got your Epic mount yet?
Just achieving your epic mount in classic was a feat because you had to be max level, which again was a feat in itself, and then you had to save up 1,000 gold, which to
Yeah,
some
but
people
it's only badass if you get a different mount because getting
For
your
sure.
racial mount's kind of that's kind of
pretty
boring.
vanilla.
if you- so-
Warlock, dude,
but-
get that cool horse.
No, the
Yeah.
coolest is the Azulian Tiger, but that's crazy to get. But it'd have that. I had a blue Proto Drake in Wrath of the Lich King, which was a pretty rare drop because it was like a 1%er from a dungeon, and not many people had it. And I think that thing was super badass. Probably my favorite mount I've ever had. That was like unique in itself. And then going back to farm super old mounts like the Flying Rays from Burning
It's so
Crusade.
fun.
Like those are pretty rare. I don't ever see people flying those or the Nether Drakes. Ooh,
I spent probably like a month getting a couple of those Nether Drakes, dude.
oh, okay. I'd say the rarest one I have are the Riding Talbuks, the like tall, skinny
Those took a
with
while.
like the
too.
crystal heads. Do you have those,
Yeah.
dude? I was proud of that because I did that like when Lich King, like during Lich King time. Wasted probably 100 hours of my
Farming-
life killing. Oh,
Killing ogres, farming beads.
yeah. What are they? They're not ogres. They're just like big fat cyclopses. I think they're cyclops.
Oh, I'm pretty sure they're ogres. Pretty sure they're ogres.
They're white. I don't know. I think ogres are like green.
They're white.
Yeah, I think ogres are like green things.
I think it's cool and
I'm
WoW.
ogre racist.
Like some classes can like get the mount of other races or whatever. Like some races can get a different race's mount or whatever. Like
You have to get revered with
Right.
that race. It
That's
just
a
takes a
fucking
bunch
feat.
of time.
yeah, like to get what is revered like 3,000 rep, something like that.
No, it's like 24,000, 14,000, 12,000 or something like. It's
Brilliant.
a lot of rep.
Yeah. Like, so to go through the trouble, like as a troll to get a wolf mount, that would be pretty cool. Like if I saw a troll riding around on a wolf, I'd be like,
That's what I'm saying.
what'd you do
Something
that
like
for,
that's
dude?
badass.
What'd you do that for?
Or like Black Scarab because that's just big dick energy all
Gnomes.
over the place.
See, now that's not cool in retail WoW, but gnomes, honest, lightsaber were always cool. Or humans on anything else on a lightsaber as an alliance.
Well, even in classic now, it's like I mean, people
What's
can do it
the-
a lot easier, so it's not as interesting as it used to be.
What race is the Night Slayer?
Lightsaber.
Saber, night elf.
Night
Night
elf, yeah. Ooh, I want to play classic now too. We need
Yo,
makes sense.
okay, so
Ooh.
I was thinking of
Ooh.
in Super Mario, like the first one, the thing that Bowser rides.
The white thing.
His stupid
I don't
clown
know.
thing
I don't know if it has a name, but yeah, the thing he fights you with at the very end of the game.
of
Of which one?
Super Mario World.
Super Mario World, yes.
It's a clown
Also
thing. It has a
is.
little propeller
Yeah.
on the
And it's
bottom.
got- yeah, okay. Yeah,
And then you
that's what
shoot the
I'm thinking of.
Koopas up in the air and it gets pissed off. He starts smacking his propeller on the ground.
Brr, brr, and then it'll like smash the ground with it. I
Yeah.
love that. That's a vehicle. That counts. I love that thing.
And it still moves somehow.
Yeah, I would say it's an iconic vehicle. Most people would know what that is.
It's also a feat of engineering because of like how it's able to maneuver and what it does. Jesus, Bowser's got some geniuses working for him.
Zidane said warthog, and we need to put a little bit more to that than just saying warthog. It is a 3-seater with a machine gun on the back or a Gauss rifle, which is awesome, like a laser beam. But here's the memories, Foz, is driving around playing infected with 300% speed zombies and low gravity, driving in circles, escaping them with someone on the back just one-shotting the zombies with the machine gun.
I
Or the
literally
Gauss
did
rifle.
that. I literally did that this last weekend on LAN with like 8 people at my friend's house. It was
See,
amazing.
that is amazing, and that's Halo peak right there.
But one thing that I need to state about the Warthog is that it runs like a fucking dream, dude. It's honestly amazing how well they designed it because it literally does whatever I want it to. I feel like games today, like the vehicles aren't that responsive.
Last mission on Halo 3. Hello, Warthogs.
Hell yeah.
Driving
Most
on
fun you'll
those-
ever have drive.
Hell
Blowing
yeah.
up shit and just most fun driving I've ever had in a video game is probably right there. So I'm gonna say the Warthog is just. Mongoose is also super fun just to fuck around in. Man, Halo vehicles, they did it right.
They did most of them right, Cameron. Cameron, do you remember when we did the iron like it's one of the hardest achievements in Halo 3. It's where you do Halo 3 from the start. You put the iron skull on. It's on legendary. So the iron skull, like if someone dies, you restart, right? And then it's also we had the checkpoint thing so that there's only like there's only like 2 checkpoints in the whole mission and it's on legendary and we had to do it. We did it. We did like the whole thing.
Do you have to do it on Ghosts as well?
Yes, you did have to do it in Ghost because there's the 4 ghosts that spawn at the end, so you had to get in the
Underneath.
ghost and then take them. Yeah,
Hell yeah, I remember that, dude. Halo did
forever.
vehicles perfectly.
I
Thank
remember
you,
there was
Bungie.
also an achievement for finishing the last level of Halo 3 in a 4-player co-op campaign with like one of each type of vehicle because you could get a Warthog, a Mongoose, a Chopper, and a Ghost all on that last level. If you
Get a
did right.
chopper.
Yeah, pretty sure. I'm pretty sure because
Yes.
like after you leave the room. You go
You go
through
left.
the mountain wall. You take a left. There's some choppers over there, and if you do it on legendary, right when you leave, there are ghosts like on
Underneath, yeah, they're underneath like the.
the yeah.
Don't know if you consider these vehicles, but I mean, the mechs in Titanfall.
Dude, oh my god, are you me? Are you me, Cameron? That's literally what I was about to say.
He gets up
I
and walks
Hell
away.
yeah. The Atlas, dude.
Is that the small one? I like the small, fast one. That thing was crazy.
No, the Atlas is the chonker. Like,
Okay, my
dude.
favorite was the small, fast one because you got 3 dashes. You had like a sniper rifle, basically. You just charged it up and you could just smoke people. And then its special was like a lightning shot that smoked them even more. You were a glass cannon
Yeah.
of a mech, which I thought was really unique. Like, hell yeah, give me just a shitload of damage and a fast mech, and then it's skill based at that point rather than just trying to tank them.
So most of one thing I always loved about Titanfall, in Titanfall 2 is that it is so skill based. Even like the gunplay, which is awesome. But yeah, no, dude, the fucking mechs are amazing. Like, and then you got like the swords. So like, and like in Titanfall 2, like the mech boss battles, dude. Fuck yeah. Yeah, dude, that shit is awesome. I'm gonna go play fucking Titanfall again here soon.
Yeah,
I'll play the campaign and the multiplayer.
this is making me want to replay it because I don't remember it very well. I think I might have only played Titanfall 2.
I never
That's the
played the
best-
Titanfall
that's
2
bet-
campaign.
I
Hold
bet-
on, Zidane. Hold on now. You relax. You just relax over there a little bit, pal.
Y'all are gonna have to throw hands on that one.
Let's not be speaking blasphemy.
What did he say?
I was about to say, I haven't played either of them, but everyone always says that 2 is the best.
Dude, let's all get 2
I
and
guess they're both
play some
really good.
PvP on 2.
Let's do it.
And then you'll go, is this
100%
Apex Legends with wall running and double jumping?
And
I never played the
down.
multiplayer.
You won't hate it as much as Apex, though, Zidane. It's really,
actually really cool.
yeah, it's a giant robot. Why wouldn't I like giant robots?
Why haven't you played it then?
I don't know.
It's really good, too.
It's on Steam now. How much is it?
I don't know. Next.
I need it.
You know, I
Nice.
almost feel like the Ebon Hawk. I actually really like that idea. I would like to play Titanfall 2 with the boys. I'm just gonna say that one more time. But it's probably like so cheap if we go like CD keys. But I said the Normandy, but also I do love the Ebon Hawk from the KOTOR games as like a really popular like vehicle. Like, it's probably like one of those two that's my favorite. No, it's the Normandy, but I do like the Ebon Hawk a lot. Like it's like a smuggler ship, the fastest in the galaxy. It's like that era's Star Wars version of the Millennium Falcon.
Gotcha. Okay.
Spaceship vehicles, the like Voltac race in FTL, like the shield that spawns with like an extra the ship that spawns with an extra shield around it that has like 3 hit points. Awesome ships.
Why? Because you like the way it looks, or what?
Because I like the extra shield. It just makes
Makes it
it's a little
good.
because you can eventually turn any ship into however you want your play style to be. If you want it to be drones, healing, combat. But that one's like one of the only ones that start with that extra shield thing, which makes your regular shield cost a lot more, but it's just unique.
Unique.
I did say that, Kay. Really weird.
I
It wasn't a K. You know.
Are we good before we end this? I'm trying to think if I know I'm gonna think of one after. I'm gonna feel really bad that I forget it.
I gotta say, I mean, they haven't came out with a game for it since the GameCube. It was the last one. But any of the vehicles in F-Zero X, like those racers, like
Those are cool looking ass vehicles.
in the game, just
Three Star Wars X.
I have a meme entry because Zidane said GameCube. The talking boat from the Wind Waker.
God, he was so annoying.
He was. You can't leave here yet. Get back up there.
I feel like we should throw an honorable mention in for like Assassin's Creed Black Flags. I know a lot of people enjoyed the
Definitely my
ship
favorite
fights
one.
and the ship fights in that game were supposed to be really good.
They were. For
I
sure.
just you swung so hard, Zidane, with throwing out Halo. It just really scrambled my brain.
You're welcome.
It's hard,
Gotta give
bro.
Yoshi a shout out.
Yes. Shout out to Yoshi, man.
He's not a vehicle. You don't.
Yeah, he is. And then you like to
He's
make
a
the
mount.
jump. To make the jump, you just let him die. Like
Yeah.
You just
I
jump
will
off.
remember
Of him.
you, Yoshi. Salute.
The Undead Nightmare DLC for Red Dead Redemption, like the Four Horses of the Apocalypse. Those were really cool. And then you got like one ultimate horse. Did anybody play that?
No, but I have it.
Yeah, I didn't play it either.
Oh, well, there was like, the Four Horses of the Apocalypse, and then I think there was like one ultimate horse. Or maybe like Death was just the best one, possibly. But they were like more unique and had no stamina because they were undead. Ooh, those were cool. I feel like there's more out there, boys. We're talking about vehicles.
I know, and I think amounts too. I do count mounts.
Vehicles.
Roach?
Roach
Mount.
ass on top of stuff. No, he's a vehicle. He's a vehicle to me.
Or your cyberpunk vehicle that you can summon by pressing V. Sometimes it spawns in a completely inaccessible area. Other times it'll spawn down the street, come run you over.
It's Roach.
It still bothers me that some of those vehicles have 4 tires in the front.
Right? That's so awful. Like, how do you fucking are you literally steering both front axles? If not car?
Apparently,
Boy, I
so.
got-
It's the future.
If anybody here hasn't played Cyberpunk, there is a specific model of vehicle in the game that has 2 front axles. So there are 4 tires in the front, 2 in the back. And it is the silliest thing. They look like boats. Honestly, they look like the old school Buick LeSabre, but with an extra fucking axle in the front.
It bothers me.
I never played it. Maybe one of you guys did, but the car that the boys drove around in Final Fantasy 4, it was
Ooh,
clean.
yeah.
That car was clean, dude.
Final Fantasy what?
15.
Oh
Yeah.
yeah, it was clean. You could deck it out. You could put like big
It
old
could
tires on
fly.
it and stuff. It was clean.
That thing at that gas station out in the desert got that cutie to work on it for you.
Yeah. Yeah.
I mean, any girl in the game.
I mean,
Yeah,
she
Final
was
Fantasy.
she was pretty much wearing nothing. So
Waifu fantasy.
I want to look at a picture of that. I'm in the car. I'm in the car.
Yeah.
yeah, I'm sure it is. Yeah.
I know. That's what you're saying.
Dude, didn't the car literally fly though? Am I not crazy?
I don't know. I've never played 15.
Okay, Jack and Daxter, the hoverboard you got in like Jack 2 or 3.
Is that a vehicle?
I mean, kind of. Any Tony Hawk skateboarding?
What is that?
What is the definition of vehicle? Anything? I think it's anything you ride.
Yes.
Dave Mira's BMX bikes, fucking skateboards, pit bikes on this new game. I got that MX bikes
Oh, you were
simulation
proud
game.
of pit bike, bud.
I got a
Pit
pit bike.
bike.
I got a pit bike mod for it, so you can race pit bikes in a backyard track. It's hilarious.
I'm
mean,
trying to think of this. I'm sorry. I need to end this, but I'm trying to think of this thing from Star Wars. It's like can someone in the comments maybe tell me? It's like a fucking bike, dude.
It's
And
the scout thing. Right?
Yes.
The speed- yeah.
It's a speeder.
In the sense,
Like
is
a
it just a
speeder.
Is
Scout-
that it? Just speeder?
Yeah,
Okay.
it's a scout speeder.
Okay.
The thing
go
that
through
they
the
ride around
forest?
on in the forest on the third movie, right?
Revenge of the Jedi.
Yes, they ride them in
Yes.
there as well.
On whatever the planet with the little dudes is, the Ewoks. I forget the name of that planet. But I know exactly what you're talking-
X-Wing.
No, I don't mean X-wing.
No, I know. I'm sorry. I'm just trying to.
If we're gonna go with
Without
classic vehicles, we gotta go with the giant ass AT-AT with its fucking like giant cannons on its face that it can somehow move.
ATST, come on.
It's not mobile and it looks like a cat, so I don't like it.
It destroys anything. It just
They're awesome.
demolishes things.
Ooh, one more meme entry.
All right, meme entry, and then we're done, Stan. So give me the best meme you've ever got.
Mine cart.
Minecart. That's a terrible meme entry.
And the boat.
Oh, come on, that's fun.
The boat.
You remember me and Jack on that server? We built the
Who?
me and Jack. Jack.
Who?
Jack.
One time, Stan, one of my favorite Minecraft memories is we rode the boat across the water in your world, and it took like forever. So we're just chilling on the boat, having a good time. Just a couple dudes hanging out on the open waters, talking.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
Is that it? Yeah. That was the exploration mission that founded the eastern islands of my server. We got
that's
bored of the
right.
mainland, so we went across the ocean and started over.
Epona?
Ooh, yeah.
All right.
We could literally
Guys,
go on forever.
Thank you. Yeah, guys, thank you so much. Thank you so much for doing this. I love it. I love you. I love everyone watching.
This is the favorite part of my week.
It is the favorite part of my week. I felt so when Cameron said it in the edited version of our last thing. I was like, oh, the boys enjoy it too. It's so fun. It's just good times.
It is.
And now we're back on rotation. We're gonna be here every
Thursday.
Friday, maybe.
We're back. We'll
be here on Friday. You'll see us on Fridays. We'll be here on Thursday. You'll see us Friday or Saturday or something.
roundabout.
Cameron.
But we're back weekly.
Cameron, you do your thing.
And when you see it, and when you see us coming there on Friday, Saturday, Sunday, maybe Monday, make sure you comment, like, share, and subscribe.